I promise that I did not sleep here last night. I actually went to bed at a decent time and I woke up at a decent time. I have been doing some test cuts with my Siser Romeo on how to make stickers because you asked and I'm answering. Let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. I am enjoying this machine, you guys, much more than I should, but don't worry if you have a Cricut because I have done several tutorials on how to make print then cut stickers with your Cricut. I have done all the troubleshooting. I've demonstrated multiple ways, and I will make sure to leave that playlist below this video. But in today's tutorial, we have a few goals. We are going to make stickers two different types of ways. We're going to do a kiss cut and a die cut. We are also going to learn how to upload the files into Leonardo Design Studio. Two different ways, you guys. I'm so excited because in Leonardo Design Studio, you don't have to upload the stickers or the images or the files one at a time. That is amazing. It's amazing. I'm so excited about that. We are going to do some test cuts and then we're just going to jump right in. Now, I will say that I do not have the favorite sticker paper that I love to use. I ran out of it, but it is on the way. It won't be here before I finish this tutorial. So we only have one type of printable vinyl to try today, but that's okay because these steps will work with pretty much any paper you try, I'm sure of it. At the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's look at the materials and get started. The materials we are using for this project include my Siser Romeo. I'm using the Paper Studio brand of printable vinyl. As far as I know, you can only purchase this from Hobby Lobby. I typically use Ava vinyl sticker paper, but to my surprise, when I opened the package, it was empty. So you might be asking, why did you save the package? I don't know. Okay, so I did use my Cricut brayer. I used the Siser Easy Weeder, and I also used the Siser mat because when you are making stickers, it is advised to use a mat. Everything else, the butterflies that I'm cutting out, I downloaded that file from Creative Fabrica, and I will make sure it is linked below the video. So without further ado, let's get started. I am in Leonardo Design Studio and I am logged in. You can look right here at the top right and see that I'm logged in, and I'm not using Leonardo Pro. I'm just using the regular Leonardo Design Studio. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is go to Design, and I am going to set up my page for a print and cut job. So since I've been playing around with this a little bit, I have learned just a few little tips and tricks here and there that I'm definitely going to share. So right here, I can check print and cut job, and I can make sure that my paper size matches the paper size that I'm using, and the paper I'm using is 8.5 by 11. I'm also going to turn on the registration lines. This will ensure that I'm not going outside of the printable area. So I'm going to click page marks to turn that on. Okay, it says right here at the bottom, scan marks, print and cut. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is navigate just to my downloads. I have downloaded a file from Creative Fabrica that just has butterflies in it, and I am going to open it. So I'm going to click open, and I'm going to go to, I just have it saved right now in my downloads folder. So if you look right here, my downloads, you can see that I have just the file that has everything in it. Now I know that I have, let's see, I have this file two different ways, and I want to make sure that I am downloading the one that is the, let's see, I want the one that is a PNG. Okay, so I'm going to download this first one. And when I open it, I can see that it is already set up for print and cut because I can see that it has the white layer behind it. Now, one of the things that I was saying that I love in the intro is that I can upload all of these images at one time. So I can choose right here, print and cut, and select next. Okay, so for mask tolerance, I'm not really sure what that means, but I'm going to keep it just like that. I'm not going to make any changes right here. I think these are fine just the way they are. I am going to click next. Okay, so it's going to show me what the cuts will look like. Now I am a little bit worried about this cut right here, but I'm going to try it anyway. Okay, and I am going to, let me see if I can maybe just decrease that contour maybe a little bit. Let's see. I don't think that really made a change. Let me go back. I don't think that really did much of anything, but I'm going to just click next. And I like it just like this. This is fine. I'm also going to click finished. Okay, so now I'm within the printable area. Now I can move this up and I can start to resize this to make these butterflies bigger. And because they're all really grouped together, every time I resize the image, it's resizing all of the butterflies, which is fine. And I think I'm okay as long as I stay within the printable area. Let me show you what would happen if I were to go outside of the printable area. So like, let's just say I made it big like this, so I can see that there is a red line around this, and it kind of lets me know that, you know, I'm outside of the printable area. Okay, and I like that. What I love the most though is that I can upload all of them at one time. But let's just say, for example, I didn't want all of them at one time. Let's just say there's one or two that I like more than the others, and I wanted to upload them one at a time. I could just go to File and Open, and I can just select individual images. So here's just one that has, it's not on a set with the others. Okay, so I like that. I can just click next, and it's going to smooth it out the same way it did with the others. Okay, and it's going to give me a contour. I can click next. I can click next again. I do want a little bit of an offset. Okay, so let's click finished, and I'm going to bring this down. Okay, so I can just have this one separate, and let's add another one. Let's go and add this one. Okay, this one is fine. I'm going to select next. Mask, I'm not going to make any changes here. Next. Okay, it's going to give me that same contour that I just had. That's fine. I'm going to click next, and let's give it a little bit of an offset. Let's put it on like 10. Contour offset. Okay, I like that. Okay, and I can do the same. I can bring this down the same way I did that one. Okay. So, you know, if I wanted to add one more just to have in this space, I think that is probably a good idea. This is 2.5. This one is, okay. These are all on cut. Okay. This is on cut. Perfect. All right. So let me just add one more. And notice I'm just making random selections. Okay. This is all of them again. I'm going to click cancel. Let me click open. Let's choose this one and see. I've already selected that one. Sorry about that. I should have remembered the numbers. This one is perfect. I'll click next and next. Okay. And next. Give it a little bit of a contour. And next. And we will bring this one down. We'll bring this one down even more. Okay, all right, I think we are good to go. So now I can get ready for printing. So I'm not going to make any changes here. So where you see these green lines around these butterflies, you can also see that they're green down here. Right here, if I go over to this box right here, this properties box, and let's see, if I click on this, I can see that these are set to cut, and that's exactly what I want them to do. Okay, so this is showing me that my tool is set to cut for those, and that's exactly what I want, and it's set the same way here and here. So if I want to double check the cut before I actually print, let me show you what I would do. I'm going to click Send Design. I'm not going to make any changes right here. I don't even think you can make any changes right here. Okay, so this looks perfect. I'm inside of the lines. So if I click send, it'll show me what the printed artwork will look like. And then it also shows me what the cut lines will look like. And this is exactly what I want it to look like. Okay, so what I'm going to do first are I am going to do the die cut stickers first, the stickers that will cut all the way through the paper, okay? And these look exactly how I want them to look because they are going to be cutting around the butterflies and not all of these holes on the inside. I don't want any of that. Let me go back because these three at the bottom look different from the 9 at the top. And I just want to double check the cut setting to make sure that it's cutting around and not cutting the intricate pieces. So let me go back to design and let me just double check the settings. Okay, so for this one, it's on cut. Okay. Let me just double check all of it. Okay. And this should be on the same thing. Let me double check that. It's on cut tool. Okay, and this should be on the same. It should be on the exact same. I don't want it to do anything different. And I am a little bit, let me look at this. That's exactly right. Build contours just like that. Okay. Let me check these. Okay, just like that. That's perfect. Let me just click apply. Let me check this one and click apply. I'm just going to just double check here. So this star with an outline around it, this is how you can check where it's going to cut. And I wanted to make sure that it was cutting around the butterfly and nothing inside, none of the details. I'm going to click apply. Okay, let me just check this one more time and make sure none of this was cut. I wonder let me just check this and see what happens. No, I'm not gonna click that. Okay, so cancel. All right, and let me just check my design again. I'm gonna click send. Okay, now that looks a lot better. Even though these look like they have like dashed lines and the ones at the bottom don't, I'm not sure why. Maybe because I changed the build contours, but we are going to give this the good old college try. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to send this to the printer and I am going to print 2 copies of this. Okay, so I'm going to click send to printer. I'm selecting my Canon MX470 series. I am going to check the properties option. For my media type, I am selecting other papers, other photo paper, and I am going to print 2 copies. Okay, and I am going to click OK, and everything that I'll do from here will be back on the camera. I'm using my Canon inkjet printer, Paper Studio paper, and I am going to place one sheet of paper in the printer at a time. And I am going to get this printed out. I have both of my sheets printed out, and another great thing about this is that I can do all of my test cuts right here. I don't have to waste any paper or waste any materials. If I want to have a kiss cut where the sticker is still attached to the sheet, I can do that. I can test it right here. Or if I want to do a die cut, a full sheet of die cuts, I can test it on the sheet. So we are going to do all of that from here. The first thing we're going to do is place the sheet on the mat in the bottom left corner. So let me show you how that looks. Okay. Now, I do suggest using a brayer for this because this mat is not very sticky. It says high tack, but it doesn't feel sticky to me. Let me grab my brayer. So I'm just going to go over this paper. Now, if you're not using this same exact paper that I'm using, and you feel like it's stuck to the mat well enough, then you won't need a brayer, but I just want to use one. Okay, so now I'm going to get the mat loaded into the machine. So with stickers, you will need to use a mat. If you saw my video from yesterday where I was cutting vinyl, you will notice that I did not use a mat, but with stickers, I would suggest using a mat. Okay, I'm over here on the right. I'm just going to press this down arrow to load it. See how the paper is not really that sticky on the mat. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is position the blade in a place that doesn't interfere with any of the butterflies, and I am going to do my test cut right here on this paper. I think that's a perfect spot right there. All right, so I'm going to go to cut settings. Now, I've already established the cut settings, but I'm going to show you how I did that. So let's just go to cut settings. Let me make sure you can see what I'm doing. Yes, you can. And let's click on open, and we will just rename it to test. We'll just call it test. I'm just going to go to backspace, and we're going to rename this to test. We're going to save it, and we are going to change the cut speed to, let's say the cut speed will be at 10, and let's see what a force of 20 would look like. Now we want it to do a kiss cut, which means it's not going to cut all the way through the paper. So I still want the backing to still be there. I don't want to cut all the way through the backing. I just want to basically cut the top layer so that I have a sticker. Okay, so let's do a test cut right there. Okay, so now let me grab my weeding tool and weed that out. Okay, so it is this little piece right here. I'm going to see if okay, so it cut good enough. And if I wanted to just do my stickers just like that, I could. It's coming up perfectly. So all of my kiss cut stickers for this specific paper would be at a force of 10. I could probably, not a force, but a speed of 10. I could probably take the speed up higher, and a force of 20 is acceptable. Okay, so let's go with that. I think that's fair. I think it's a fair cut. Let's go ahead and do the full sheet with a cut setting, the speed of 10 and a force of 20. Now, what I need to do now is position the blade at the bottom left corner, right above where this arrow is. So I am going to move it. So the goal is to make sure that the blade is right above this arrow right here, this triangle, and I think it's in a good position. That is where it will begin to read the registration marks, and let's go with it. I am ready, so I am going to click send to cutter. It's going to read the lines. Okay, it's showing me what the camera looks like, what the camera is doing. And there we go. Look at that. Look how fast that's going. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is impressive. That is impressive. I cannot say it enough. Okay, let's see how the cut looks. Let's get you a little bit closer. Okay, and let's see what these cuts look like. Look at that. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. You see how, do you see how thin this is? And it cut around it with precision. I am shook. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put this here just for now. It's not going to stay here because I don't want these on my machine. If I'm going to decorate my machine, it's definitely going to be probably with my logo. But I am quite impressed with this cut. I am quite impressed. Look at this. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Look at that. These don't look bad on my machine either now. Okay, so I'm going to remove the full sheet and just let you see that it did not cut all the way through. It only cut the top layer, and this is what a kiss cut looks like. Now with the Cricut that when I've made kiss cut stickers before, I had to try a lot of different settings and a lot of different cuts, and I wasted a lot of material just trying to find out the best settings for kiss cut stickers, and I am just so impressed with this. I cannot say it enough. All right, so now I'm going to remove this from the mat. I'm going to put the new sheet on the mat, and we will look at die cut stickers that should cut all the way through the backing. So when I lift the paper up, you should still see the sticker on the mat. Let's do that next. I have the new set of stickers on the mat. I have gone over the mat with my brayer. I can see that it's a little bit crooked. I'm going to fix that and get the mat loaded. I have the mat loaded. Now I'm going to go back to my cut settings and I'm going to increase the force, because what I want now is for my blade to cut all the way through the paper. Let's go over here to the settings. So I'm going to go to cut settings and I'm going to keep the cut speed on 10. I feel like that was fast enough. I am going to increase the force to, let's increase the force to 35. And I have the blade in a position that is out of the way of the butterflies in order for me to do my test cut. So I am going to go back over here and just press test cut, and we will watch it cut, and we want to see if it's going to cut all the way through. All right, let's check it out and see if it cut all the way through. Okay, it did not, well, it did. It did cut all the way through, but not really. Since it did not cut all the way through, I did increase the force to 45. At first it was on 35, and we will do another test cut. See if that one cut all the way through. Yes, it did. It's perfect. All right, so in order to do die cuts with this specific paper, my force needs to be on 45. It's a good clean cut. So now I am ready to cut out the whole thing. You can see my two test cuts. One is right here and one is right here. I am positioning the blade back to where it needs to go in order for it to be able to read the registration lines. Okay, right above this triangle right here. I think that's perfect. And we are ready to send this to the cutter. Let's go. Ooh, we got rough right there. Okay. So when I lift this from the cutter, I should be able to see that it is completely cut all the way through. All right. So it did get a little bit rough right here. Maybe because the speed was high, I'm not sure. But it still looks like it cut very well. So let's see. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look. You already know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say I love it. I'm going to say calm down, Delonda. I'm going to say calm down, Delonda. Oh my goodness. Let me try to zoom you in so you can get a better look at just how nice that cut is. Look at that. Let me grab my weeding tool. These stickers are considered as die cut stickers, and these, you would have them cut like this if you were giving them out. So the person would, right. So it did get a little bit rough right here. Maybe because the speed was high, I'm not sure. But it still looks like it cut very well. So let's see. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look. You already know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say I love it. I'm going to say calm down, Delonda. I'm going to say calm down, Delonda. Oh my goodness. Let me try to zoom you in so you can get a better look at just how nice that cut is. Look at that. Let me grab my weeding tool and lift it from the mat. So these stickers are considered as die cut stickers, and these, you would have them cut like this if you were giving them out. So the person would still have the backing on there if you wanted to put all of them like in a little baggie or something like that. But look at that. Look at the intricate detail. Look how fast it cut. This is amazing. It's gonna be. Look at that. I'm just so impressed with this. Look how thin that is. It cut it with precision and accuracy. I am amazed. Somebody told me last night, I think it was Christiana, there were a few other people who commented on my video from last night, who said, welcome to Siser, or welcome to Romeo, or Team Romeo. I'm on the team. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Look at this. I am excited about this. So if you have found this tutorial helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. I already have tutorials on how to do print and cut stickers from my Cricut Explore Air 2 and the Cricut Maker. I just cannot tell you how much I love this. Hopefully you found it helpful. We did a lot of things in this tutorial, and we will continue to do more as I learn more. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.